Taylor. This is one of my first videos, so cut me some slack on the editing and just everything about it. Yeah, give me a break here. But anyway, right now we're going to be doing compost. Basically, I am now moved in with my parents as interim until me and my fiance move to North Carolina to start our dream farm. As part of my project, I'm going to be creating the raised bed for my mom, and to start that off, when spring arrives, I want to have a nice healthy bin of compost available. Right now it's about mid-February. I do have some stuff to accelerate the compost process that I'll explain, and hopefully we have some good compost by the end of April, at least by the beginning of May. But anyway, to start, you will need a plastic bin. You can get a garbage can or whatever. I'm not making much. It's for about a 4x8 raised bed, so really this should be plenty of compost to start. You definitely want to make sure it is as dark as possible. Surprisingly, Osh did not have any of these in black, so I got blue. But we'll still store it in a shady area to prevent any growth. The compost area needs to be completely blacked out. So, to start off, you actually do want to drill holes. I don't know if you can see that right there. Can you see the holes?
Yep.
Okay. Yes, again, editing mistake. I started drilling the holes without filming it, so my apologies. I will drill one as an example. But anyway, you do want as many holes as possible to just promote healthy drainage, and also to get aeration as well. The soil here in my parents' backyard is a little bit compacted, especially since the recent rain. So I definitely want to make sure this drains as well as possible. But got a few holes on the back here, along the sides, again just to promote aeration. And you will be turning this compost about once every week, just to again mix up all the nutrients. So what can go in? Pretty much anything. The only thing you want to avoid is human and animal waste. They're not designed to compost well, and they're going to just have bad bacteria in your garden. The other thing is avoid pine needles. You can use them sparingly, but they're very acidic. So unless you're growing blueberries or something, it's really just gonna hurt your plants. So right here, have a little starter. Have a trash bag filled with a bunch of good organic material. Got some just dried sticks right here. Some fruit waste, some herbs and vegetable waste. I actually have a little bit of leftover soil as well. Also some worm castings, which are very nutritious for the soil. And again, some dry leaves here, good for carbon. And there's even some eggshells as well. That will also help with the process. Now this can decompose naturally. I'm just going to go ahead and start to put all this in. This compost mix of fruit scraps, vegetable scraps, extra plant scraps, extra soil, eggshells, and everything. There is some hair in here as well. I know that sounds weird, but that does decompose, and it does also add some good nutrients to the soil. So, yeah, looks about everything's done out there. So again, this will decompose naturally over time, but to kind of help with the composting process, there's earthworms. And they'll actually eat up all this stuff. I did get this at Osh. They did have this readily available. You can get earthworms or earthworm castings. There are some castings mixed in here as well. Again, that's just to promote the health of the soil. So I'll be adding some live earthworms here. And I don't want to kill any of them because I really want their help in this. Oh yeah. Here. Go and get those. Lots of earthworms here. Now they do like the dark as well, so that's another reason why you want to keep your compost in the dark right here. But basically this is all food for them, so they're going to be eating this over time. And some other stuff that we can kind of mix in here. We actually have some bits of cardboard. I actually had a lot more than I thought I needed, but just going to add a little bit here. They will actually eat this up, and this will again decompose over time. Now, without hurting the earthworms too much, I'm just going to give this a little kind of fold over, allow them to kind of get some cover and kind of start their process. Again, you don't even need to have any soil in this, but it does give them cover, gives them some stuff to move around in. So yeah, anyway, this should all decompose naturally. The earthworms will help the process. Again, cardboard is fine, paper scraps, newspaper. Again, pretty much the only thing you want to avoid is cooked food, pine needles, and human and animal waste. It's not like it won't break down, it just won't really be good for your soil and could possibly contaminate your food, which would be no good. So again, we use the earthworms. Those are poured in here. The kind of last final step you want to do is just make sure that your mixture is moist. And again, you'll want to make sure it's in a shady area after this. It's a pretty foggy day here. I'm just kind of south of San Francisco. You want to make sure that this is not wet. You don't want it soaked or anything like that. Just damp. And again, that kind of gives the earthworms some good working soil to move around in. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. We're going to close this up and hopefully we'll see how the process goes. We'll be doing weekly updates on this as well as weekly turnarounds. It's very important that you just give it a little scoop. You can do that with a rake or anything like that, or just use your hands. It's really no big deal. Again, it's because you're not using animal or pet waste. Really nothing too dirty in here. So we're going to close that up. Again, this will all drain properly because of the holes. Kind of you can see some of the water, there we go, drip down from there. But we're going to take this to a shady area in the property. Just absolutely make sure that all the light is suppressed. Earthworms do not like the light. That's why they're always brown. Anyway, we're going to put this right around here. It's also on top of some loose soil as well, so it shouldn't pool or anything like that. And yeah, we're going to be doing an update on this in about a week, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully some stuff starts breaking down from there. But it should be an interesting process. And again, compost is very good for the soil, and it's something that you'll definitely want for your garden or future farm. All right, bye.